Hey guys, today we're going to be making a cake keychain. It hangs from the top, and then it has a little piece of the cake that hangs down, and the little slice does fit inside. Oops, there we go. This is what the inside looks like, with some little roses on top. But today we're going to be making it a chocolate cake with pink icing. What you're going to need is 3 pins, head pins or eye pins, whichever you prefer. You're going to need 4 jump rings, some chain, and a, I don't know what this is called, but like the keychain holder thing. Having a brain fart. It'll probably come to me. Anyways, then you're going to need some cadmium red hue Primo, some Primo candy pink, Sculpey white, Fimo chocolate, and Fimo black is what I'm going to be using today. So you're going to take, to make the pink color like this, at least that's what I'm using. You can use whatever colors you want. You're going to use a small, I'm just using it in a small scale since I already made the pink. But to make the pink you need a small amount of the red to a larger part, I don't know if you can see, there we go, to the larger part of the pink, and you're going to blend those together, and then an even smaller part of the white. And you're just going to blend those together until you get that pink. So now we have that pink. And then to make the brown color that I'm using, I just took a small piece of black and some of the brown and just mixed them together like I just did to get this brown color. Okay, so how I make my cake is I use the top of a water bottle, so that way I have a perfect circle, because I don't really have right now like a cookie cutter circle size that I like. So I just use the top of a water bottle because it makes a nice small size cake. So first, you're going to roll out your color, and then we're going to start cutting out the small pieces. Okay, for me, I think that's a good thickness because I don't really want it too thick. You can make it thicker, but I think that's going to be okay. And then you're going to need 3 circles of this color. So just start punching them out with the water bottle top or whatever you're using. Oops. Here's one. It's a little jagged because I didn't push it hard enough. And if you don't have a big enough space, just ball up your clay again and roll it back out and keep doing this until you get 3 of the same color. And now I have my 3 of my chocolate or brown color, whatever color you're doing. And now we're going to roll out the pink in the same way and cut out, we're going to do, I guess 3, and then we'll wrap the top. And now we're going to take this leftover pink and we're going to roll it out into a flat piece like we just did for cutting them out, but this is going to be to lay over the complete top. And the other ones we just cut are going to be the ones that go inside. Okay, so now I just have a piece rolled out that's going to be plenty big. Okay, you're going to start by taking a piece of your colored icing, so my pink. You're going to put that down and then place a color of the brown on top, and then kind of just roll the edges so they start to stick together and tap on them some. And if you have a little bit of jagged edges, rolling it and tapping on it to make them stick together will get rid of all that. And then take a pink and place that on top of the brown. And do the same thing. And just keep alternating them. Okay, and then take it and flatten it out some. It should look like this right now. It's not perfect, but I mean, it doesn't have to be. I'm just scooping off a little piece that got onto the brown. There we go. Okay, and then now you're going to take your rolled out piece of pink and make sure it's flat, like there's no little creases or ridges. And then just place it on top over your cake. And just flatten it out over the edges. And then just tear off the excess on the bottom that's hanging over. Or you can cut it. Okay, so I rolled mine out on the sides like that, and then I took my rolling pin and just rolled it across the top a few times and the bottom a few times to just smooth out the major lumps. So now yours should be pretty, oh, almost dropped it. Pretty smooth like that, and smooth mostly along the edges. And then it's pretty much smooth on the bottom. And then you could leave it like this and just cut it, but I'm going to try and make little flowers like this. There we go. They're like little roses, I guess, to stick on top. I'm going to use white. And just roll it out. Kind of thin, because you don't want it too thick. Okay, and then once you have a piece rolled out, you want to cut it so it's pretty much like a rectangle, because you're going to need to cut out 5 slices. Okay, so you should get something similar to that. Oops, the corner folded under. There we go. Similar to that. And then you're going to cut it so you get 5 strips that are equal. And then start to roll it in from the corner. There. Like this. And just roll it until you get to the end. Okay, so do that to all of them. And if you think they're too tall, just take your knife, oops, and just cut off a little bit of the bottom. Because that's not going to change how they look, it's just going to make them shorter. So that way they don't stick so far up off your cake. Okay, so I've cut all of mine. And then now, you should have 5 of those. Now we're going to cut out our slice. You can make it however big, you can cut out multiple slices, or just like a single slice. So find the center, at least where you think the center is. And then I like to take my knife and kind of put it on top and figure out how big a piece I'd want and see how it looks. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. So kind of map out a piece and see if you like the way it looks if it was to be cut out. I think I'm going to bring mine over just a little more. Like that. And now that you know where you want it, I'm going to stick mine in the freezer. Don't make them this deep. I just made them deep so that way you can see where they are. You should actually freeze it for about 10 minutes before you start to cut through it. Because if you don't, you're going to have all your colors start to blend through and rub against each other. So stick this in the freezer for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes until it gets hard. And then we're going to cut through it. Okay guys, I just took my cake out of the freezer. And now I'm going to cut all the way through. You might want to let it sit for like a minute or 30 seconds just to cool down a little bit, so that way it's not rock hard. And then just cut straight through. And then cut straight through on the other side. I didn't cut that very straight on that side, but there's my slice. And then we're just gonna, I'm gonna push down more in the corner because it's not coming out smoothly. There we go. Now it's coming out. And there's how it looks. Let me bring it closer. So there's your cake on the top and your insides. Now, you're going to take a toothbrush and texture. Actually, you know what? Use your X-Acto knife because the toothbrush is going to be too big. And just texture only on the brown part. Okay, so you want to texture it like that on the brown. Put a bunch of little holes in it just so it gets that like spongy cake look. Oh my god, I can't hold it steady. There we go. And do that to all of them. So do that to all the sides on here on the brown. And then do it to the inside of this in the brown also. And I'll be back once I've done all of that. Okay, so I finished texturing. That looks weird. There we go. Finished texturing the inside. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. So you can see all the little holes inside. And the little slice has it too. And check to make sure that now that you've been messing with your slice, that it does still fit inside. There we go. Oops. It pretty much fits. It's not perfect because I accidentally smushed mine a little bit. But I'm going to add my pins inside. So you're going to need your wire cutters to trim the pin to the length that you need. I think this big is good for mine. And then take the pliers and bend the bottom a little bit just so that way it stays inside your clay really good. And the first one I'm going to insert into the middle of the top. Just go straight in. Just make sure that your pin is straight. So there's that one. You're gonna insert, you pick a side that you want. Mine hangs this way, so I want mine on this side. And then, let me make a hole so you guys kind of can see where to put it. See the hole? You're just gonna stick it in there. There we go. So it's gonna look like that. And now we're gonna just place them on top of our cake. 4 of them are gonna go on the big cake. And then 1 is going to go on the little slice of cake. There we go. See? Let's see if I can bring it closer. You can attach them with some TLS if you want to make them stick on better. And then now you're just going to bake this. I'm going to bake mine at around probably 260 for like 20 minutes and see how it is. If everything's nice and hard, and then if it isn't, I'm going to probably put it in for back another 10 minutes or so. And I'll show you how it looks after it's baked, and then I'll show you how to put the chain on. So I'll be back after this is fired. Okay, see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to put the chain on, like this one, with the loop, then the chain, the cake, and then the chain. So here are my two pieces that have been fired. It fits for the most part. And then now we're going to put the chain. So to start, you're going to need 4 jump rings. And we're going to attach 1 to each place. On the top, add a jump ring. Then take a chain, however long you want it, and put the chain on. Oops, I dropped it. And then once you have the chain, close it up so it's nice and secure. Now, take another jump ring, open it up, if I can grab it. There we go. It's opened up. Put that on the top of that chain, like this. See? And then take one of these and put it inside there. Like that. And then close it back up. Now, to attach our little cake slice, take another jump ring, open it up, attach it to the bottom one of the cake, like that. Add a small chain. I put about 4 links, just so it's not too long. Put that on there. And then close it up. So now we have a little piece of chain here. And then take our 4th and final jump ring and add that to the end of where it is. And then add on the cake slice and close that up. So now all of them are attached to a keychain. Our little piece is hanging. And there you go. Now you can glaze it if you want. Anywhere you want. And here's our little keychain. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave any suggestions you have or comments. You can either leave it as a comment or send me a message if you have any suggestions. Thank you. Please rate and subscribe and like it.